Just gonna. All right, there you go. All right, I think we're live. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the stream. It's a new little setup. Um, welcome. I'm gonna make sure it's up and going on both Kick and YouTube. I believe it is here. Check it out if you can too. I want to. Oh, my phone's yeah.
On YouTube or Kick?
Check on both if you can. But I think we're. It was actually really easy setting it up this time, bro. Let me turn the volume down a little bit. Test. Yeah, it's better. I don't want to talk too loud into this thing. Kind of messed with the new setup. I just gotta get a background, bro, and maybe like move the desk up next time a little bit so I have more
Working on
space.
YouTube.
Perfect. I gotta get the titles and stuff going. So what I'll do right now is I'll set up that while I'm kind of like messing around. Uh,
Just working on it.
Perfect. Business talk. All right, and then. Hmm. Boom, boom, boom. I gotta get a thumbnail for the stream. Like a one thumbnail. Yeah, that's working. That's good. Dude, today we're you know what I'm talking about today about how people need to do things even if they don't feel like doing it.
So I just asked him for the inches.
Oh, whoops. So I just want to make sure it's live on my end. I just want to make sure the title looks good. Um, that's the problem. Like YouTube always be tweaking, bro.
Good topic, bro.
Yeah, work.
Especially for like right now too. Bet you feel like tired as fuck right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's been a long day. Boom. There you go. Yeah, I think we're good to go, bro. I just gotta make sure the description's good because I've like fix the description. There you go. Some more clips. I'm gonna see you. Wait, talk. Say something, Aiden. Say talk.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, I could hear you. Okay, it picks you up.
Wait, hello, 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 hello.
Oh, maybe not.
A little bit.
A little bit.
I talk normal. I can easily fix it up.
Yeah. All right. Me good. All right. So I think it looks like we're good to go here. So again, welcome everyone. It should be working on YouTube. It should be working on Kick. Is the volume good, or should I turn it down? Is it good? Good. Okay. I'm gonna turn it down slightly on mine, just to. All right. Yeah, there you go. So, is it good? This is a really good setup. I gotta stop it so that doesn't echo. All right, y'all. So, the first topic I want to talk to you guys about today is just basically doing things and you don't feel like doing it. Okay. So right now, it's 9 p.m. at night on a Friday. We could be going out to the club. We could be having a good time. But instead, I'm deciding to stream because I'm trying to think of my long-term goals. I'm trying to accomplish my dreams, right? Of helping people out basically and doing the entrepreneurial stuff I want to do. And becoming an entrepreneur is very hard, and having success is very hard. But the way to give yourself a higher chance to have success is by doing things even if you don't feel like doing it, right? So that's kind of a topic I want to talk to you about today because basically any single successful entrepreneur, when they're trying to have success, what they're doing is little daily increments, and basically those daily increments turn into long-term success achievements, right? So again, anyone can have success. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter where you're starting at. But you can have success, right? And I hope you guys know that and understand that because you can do exactly what I'm doing. You can start a business like I'm doing, and like Aiden over here has done as well, right? So that's kind of what we're gonna go on today about. And I have a couple other talking points as well that I think are pretty interesting. Um, but yeah, I think the new setup's good. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on the setup eventually. I don't think there's any views yet, but I do want to see you guys' thoughts on this new setup. Um, but yeah, I guess let me see here. Let me see. Okay, so I guess like this is something that's interesting. So, you know, it's really easy to get off track, right? It's really easy to do things that you shouldn't do every day, and it's really easy to, I guess, do the things that may sound fun in the short term, but in the long run, they're not, right? So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, as someone who wants to have success, you need to figure out how to put as much time as possible into things that actually matter, right? And things that are important, things that will actually help you have success, not doing things that will waste your time, right? So, again, I'm gonna pull up some examples of kind of stuff I've done before, and examples like of how I have had success, even in tough situations, right? So when I was starting real estate, I I always talk about this because I think everyone has their own journey, right? Everyone has that issue, or everyone has that spot they started and they felt stuck in, and that was me when I started in real estate, right? And the way I got out of it was not by taking shortcuts. It was not by doing other things that didn't matter. It was by simply just doing the craft over and over again, right? So when I started, I was cold calling. So if you guys don't know what cold calling is, basically you pick up a phone and you dial someone cold without meeting them at all. That's just like what happens, right? That's how it goes. And basically, most time they tell you to fuck off. That's just the reality of it. But it teaches you a lot of grit. It teaches you a lot of things that are pretty good that you need to have, right? So let me see here if the kick, yeah, it should be working fine. Good. Um, but when I started, it was really, really tough to have success. It was really tough, especially not making any money for a long period of time was really, really hard on me, to be honest with you. But what I realized was it's not really about the money, it's about the process. So if anyone, whenever anyone asks me about trying to make something happen, what I always tell them is don't be concerned about the money. Don't be concerned about even the outcome, frankly. Just be concerned about learning and taking the initiative and taking the steps to become a better person, right? So that's something I think that's very, very critical. I'm going to pull up some more things I want to talk about here. But basically, um, I guess another thing I want to do too is talk about some stuff I've done this week, and maybe yeah, honestly, we're gonna fuck it. That's my stuff. I can promote whatever I want, bro. Screw that. So recently I've been working on a new project for Go Creative AI, my AI marketing company, and basically what I have launched, and I'm about to launch the next day or so, probably 2 days, is a high ticket offer to help small businesses scale, right? And basically, I have a very good understanding on how to run paid ads. I have a very good understanding on marketing in general, right? I have worked in my previous real estate wholesaling business, and we generated hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? So I know a thing or two. And I see too many business owners, small business owners specifically, who are stuck at maybe 10K a month or 30K a month or 50K a month, frankly. And they're constantly stuck there, but they're unable to get to the next step. They're unable to even double the revenue in a year, right? And the reason, in my opinion, is because of systems, because of lack of AI, lack of automations in their business, and a lack of good, high quality marketing. So what I built is an automation tool that helps businesses market, helps businesses create ads, publish ads, and also scale with ads. And we could literally run an ad, see what's going well, see what's not going well, adjust, and just keep moving, right? I think too many businesses don't do enough when it comes to marketing. And my job and the business I made is simply to help these people have success, because I have seen many people who have taken risk, who have actually had success, but they're stuck. And it's really hard when you're stuck to get to the next step. And I think a lot of people need assistance or need some sort of help. So that's kind of where we come in and we help businesses scale. So that's kind of a little spiel on that. But I'm going to get some more talking points here. I think I have a few more things I want to talk about. It's only been, let me see here. 10 minutes. Yeah, we got a lot of time to go. Let me see. But yeah, I think I see too many business owners who need help, and I think they need something or some sort of light when they're in the rough, right? It's hard to have success. It's hard to beat competitors, especially in the market we're in right now with so much saturation. So that's kind of why I did it. But we'll talk about. I got some. Here's some really good talking points, and this is kind of what we talked about earlier. Is it's about discipline, right? And I say this because it's true. I do the same things every day. I work the same hours every day. I wake up the same time every day. I'm very consistent. To an average person, that seems boring. But to someone who's trying to make it happen, trying to have success, it's like what you have to do. Your life's going to be boring if you want to have success. I promise you that. It's going to be boring repetitions every single day. And the success is not going to come really quickly. I promise you it's going to come a lot longer than you think it will. Like, it's really going to take a lot longer than you think. And that's just the truth of it. But the thing is, if you're doing the actions every single day, results come, right? It's like a math equation. You have something, two things. You have an addition, like what, 5 plus 5, right? You have inputs and you have outputs, which is like the equalizer, right? And the equalizer comes from all the work you put in, all the time and efforts, right? So the moment you realize that it's possible, and the moment you realize that these inputs do make sense and do actually come with rewards, is the moment that you will actually start to have success, right? So the habits are very important, right? You have to do the same things every day. You have to work on things. You have to actually make progress, because I think too many people don't make enough progress, right? And actually, what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna get my notebook. I have some stuff in here. Yeah. Let me see what. I think it's this one. Give me 1 second. Let me see here. No. There you go. So I'll talk about this in a bit. But basically, what I learned is the moment you start writing things down, the moment you write down goals, is the moment that you're going to actually start to do them. Because I used to have a lot of goals. I used to dream about a lot of things, but I never actually did the right things in the right fashion, the correct order, I guess, to get there. And now that I started writing things down, my life's actually improved a lot. And it's kind of weird because it's kind of stupid, to be honest. I think about it, like writing something down with a pen or a pencil actually helps you have success, but it truthfully does. So I literally have a notebook here, and last year, I wrote all my goals down. I had like 23 goals. I accomplished like 15, and I'm not going to say them on here. But the point is, when you write things down, they actually happen. And even though there's 8, technically you're like, okay, there's probably like 7 or 8 goals you missed on, sure. But 15 of them I accomplished, right? So that's kind of the point of this is, if I never written them down, I guarantee you I would have forgot those freaking goals. And then this year, I had another notebook, and I wrote like 40 goals or something like that. I have a lot more this year. And it sounds fucking stupid, I know. But I can tell you that if you have a goal and you really want to accomplish something and you write it down, I feel like it just makes the chances of you having success increase a lot. I don't know why, but that's just literally the reality of it. But I have 2 pages of goals here, and they're very specific goals, right? And I think for anyone who's lost, I feel like what you need to do is you need to have achievable goals. You need to have a very good idea of what you want to accomplish, how long it'll take you to accomplish it, and have a very clear vision of how to get there. Okay, and again, anyone can do anything. There should be no limitation on anything you do. And the thing is, it's hard because most people live around mediocrity. They live around, honestly, people who are negative. And frankly, the problem with that is these negative people are, I just posted a video of this earlier, like an hour ago. It's poison in your brain, okay? All the people around you, all the negativity, especially people who are doubting you, it's poison going into your brain. You cannot let that stuff get into your head, okay? You're better than that, all right? And it's hard because some people don't even know they're poison. But it's just like society as a whole. Most people are lazy, they're fat, they're broke. That's just the facts. It's facts, right? And you don't want to be like them, okay? You don't. And the way to not be like them is to not do what they're doing. You need to eat healthy. You need to take care of yourself. Work hard. Go for your dreams. Do what you truly want to do. Because if you unless you're gonna be like the rest of people, which some people are fine being average, that's fine if you want to be like that. But I don't, and I feel like if you're watching this, clearly you don't want to be average either. No one wants to be average. Let's be honest. Everyone wants to be the top tier male or female. Everyone wants to be a top tier person. Let's be honest. All right, 100%. And maybe people don't ever admit that, but I can tell you it's fast. Aiden, do you want to be a top tier person? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. And everyone does. If you don't, then you're just lying to yourself, right? So I think it's very important to understand you need to do things that people who are average won't do. And maybe most people think I'm crazy because I work so much, but I despise being average. And you don't even have to be like me. There's so many different levels of success, and it doesn't even have to be it doesn't even have to be in terms of making money. It can be in terms of anything, right? So I highly recommend that if you are in the role and you're trying to at least look, most of you guys are young, and I've talked to many people about this. Most people don't have their lives. They don't have their lives figured out. They don't. Let's be honest. They don't have their lives figured out. Move my cup. And frankly, most people never will figure out their lives. They're doing BS stuff all day. They're wasting their life. And you don't want to be like that person. Think about this. In 20 years from now, where do you want to be? Don't think about 6 months from now. Think about 20 years from now. Where do you want to be in 20 years from now? Because I guarantee you want to have a healthy family. You want to have tons of friends. You want to have a lot of money. And if you don't, then I don't know. I don't even know why you're watching this, to be honest with you. If you want to be think about it. You're here only once, right? We don't know what happens after we die. No one truthfully knows. You want to live the dream life. You want to be with the girl of your dreams, right? Whatever it may be. You want to have the money you want. Okay? You want to live where you want to live. You want to have freedom. How do you get those things? It's inputs. Doing the little things every day will lead to the outputs, okay? That's the truth. And many people are tied up in let me adjust my mic a little bit. Many people are tied up in relationship stuff. Many people are tied up with bad friendships, maybe bad family situations, or a bad job. This is the advice I can give you guys who are in that position. Do what your gut tells you, okay? And unfortunately for most of you guys, your gut instinct's wrong, but you need to do what makes you happy. Maybe my advice won't help you, but the best advice I can give you is to trust yourself. You know better than I do about yourself. I don't know about most of you guys, to be honest with you. I know about myself. I know what I want in my life, and I'm doing everything I can to accomplish what I want in my life. So, yeah, that was a good little spiel, Aiden.
Good emotion.
Mm-hmm. I have to have water because I get the throat, bro. I'm good.
Oh, how you doing this? You're tired.
Yeah, I'm tired, bro. But no, it's only been what?
15 minutes.
18 minutes is what my thing says here. Probably 15. I'm doing another 30 minutes. If you want to go to bed, you can go to bed, bro. I'm gonna.
Nah, I got some shit I need to work on.
So what do you? Can they hear you or not?
Yeah, I remember last time.
It says it can on here. I see the audio moving.
Let me see if I can hear myself. A little bit.
Okay.
I might just scoot closer if I need to.
Yeah, not yet. It's fine. So I think this is important, and yeah, turn down so it doesn't yeah. But for most of you guys who are here, I and this is the truth. And I actually thought about this. Figure out what you want to do in your life, what it's going to take to get there, and then figure out how you're going to do it. And I say this a lot, but I have seen so many people who are just literally not they have these ideas of what they want, but they don't actively do anything to get there. And that's okay. I don't think it's acceptable, but it just depends. It varies person to person, right? So, again, just like I'm streaming right now, I don't want to stream right now. Let's be fully honest. I do not want to talk right now, but I had a goal, and I'm gonna do everything I can to get to that goal, and that means streaming right now. I would rather go to sleep right now. This is past my bedtime, bro. It's way past my bedtime, bro. It's already 9. I normally go to bed at 8:30, y'all. So it's definitely different for me. But that's the point. I'm doing something I don't want to do. Just like if you want to play a sport and you have to train for it even when you don't want to train for it. It's the same idea. You have to do it because the best, that's what the best, you want to follow what the best do. And that's what the best do. The best do things that they don't really always want to do, right? Um, so I think here's some other. I'm trying to figure out some other stuff that's interesting here. Let me see.
Answer the question in the chat.
Oh no, I haven't even opened the chat to be honest with you. Let me look. I'll read it out loud. Who was it?
It was Boston.
Oh, Boston's in it. All right, but I don't want to say
Wait,
that.
don't pay for this.
Bro.
What's the best way to network?
Best way to network? Let me see. I don't know why my thing's not pulling up.
Always have the chat open, dog.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why it wasn't. Let me see. Where is this?
Probably why you played. I think you might have left. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'll answer it though. I don't know why my thing. Let me. Oh, here it is. Chat. I don't know why it didn't pull up here. Well, the best way to network, I would say it's multiple things. So number one is the easiest way to network is utilizing your current connections. So if you have like a parent or like a friend or like an uncle or something who is in a business niche that you want to get into, just simply go shadow them for a day and go like meet people. That's the easiest way. Another way is just by joining online communities, whether it's a real estate community on Facebook for free or a day trading community. There's a lot of free communities you can join and just simply meet people. Or another one, what I have done is you pay to join like a community, like an actual entrepreneurial community, which is what I have done like 2 years ago. That's how I got into the game, and also going to networking events and actually shaking people's hands and like exchanging contact information, which I have done for like years. And actually, I'll say I actually don't like networking, to be honest with you. It's not fun to network and get out of your comfort zone. But I can say the easiest way is just to go try things. Like if you know someone, go with them and just meet people. Like the best way, like networking and communication are very similar, and basically you have to get out of your comfort zone to network and to network well. And the best way to network as well is giving, I guess, increasing value of yourself, doing things yourself that will increase your value in your business, and then introducing yourself to others. Because if you have value to give, people are more willing to want to help you out, right? So I was actually at this real estate. This is like in Dallas. This is a while ago. I was in Dallas, and this woman, she was a woman entrepreneur, but her name was Cody Sanchez. And someone in the audience asked her, they were like, "Hey, how can I work for you?" And this is what she said to them. I am not going to hire someone who I've never talked to in my life, who has never given me any value. You want to hire someone who has some sort of value to show for it. And like that's the point is most people who are very, very wealthy don't really give a shit about someone who is starting out. They want to help, sure, but they have more and better things to worry about. So that's kind of what I would tell you there. I'm gonna pull up the chat though. I don't know why I couldn't get the chat here. I need to get that up. That's definitely. Was it on Kick, Aiden?
Yeah.
Okay, bet. I don't know why it wasn't on here. It's so weird. I'm gonna full screen my Kick because on YouTube I don't really get as many comments. Boom. There. Oh, here you go. Yeah, you're right. I got it. Oh, I need to have it there. I'm just gonna pause it to show you the comments. Okay. I think that was a good answer. But yeah, I think yeah, networking is tough though. I'll say that, especially when you're young. But when you're young, you also have a really big advantage because when you're young, people want to help you. So you have to think about that as well. Like after you're like what 25, it's a lot harder to network in my opinion if you don't have value to give. But if you're like 20, like me or Aiden, it's like it's a lot easier because people like care for you because of your age and they want to help you because of you're young and you're looking for advice. You didn't say something? Or, no.
19.
Oh yeah, 19. Yeah, he's 19 exactly. So yeah, you are a teenager, bro. Well, I got my Kick thing up now.
I didn't want to ruin the clip.
Oh no, you're chilling, bro. Like I don't even have to talk the whole time. Like if you watch like Smo streams, they don't talk the whole time. You know what I mean? But like I kind of want to. I need to have like I need to stream like have like play a video game or something, bro.
A video game.
Or like do something else where it's like I don't have to talk the whole time and just like I can let the computer do it. You know what I mean?
Great.
That's what I need to do, bro.
Steak.
Steak. Oh my god, bro. So I don't know if I should promote gambling, bro. What do you think about what do you think about gambling, bro?
I think it's great. I think it's great if you don't get addicted. Like if you know your limit, you know what I mean?
Oh god.
It's definitely like a way, like if you know you're about to go to like a football game and you want to make it interesting, just place a bet. You know what I mean? Like that's like if you're planning to go to a football game or you're planning to watch a game and you're already like in it and you're like, I am watching this football game. Place a bet. Like
You know, in cash, in the word cash, there's a C in it. What do you think the C stands for in cash? Casino. Hey, that's facts though. I saw a clip about that, and that was so funny, bro. What's going with gambling, bro? Think with
I
the
hate JHL, bro.
who's GHL?
Go high level.
Oh,
I hate it, bro.
yeah. If y'all don't know, he's working on. I don't know if y'all know what Go High Level. Okay, these people do not know what Go High Level. Whatever. So there's a CRM. It's a CRM management company basically, and basically a CRM is where businesses store their data, and he is trying to work on building his infrastructure to help businesses in the contracting space and construction space, roofing, HVAC, so concrete, solar, yeah, all that type of stuff. And he's actually at a roadblock. You know what? That's a great talking point. I'm gonna talk about this. I got some stuff I want to say.
Talk good, bro.
So it's really hard, and I think this is actually good for him to hear too. But from my experience, like he's been working on this since August. He's worked his ass off since August. Like he has had success. Like he learned basically the whole blueprint of how to do wholesaling real estate. He learned the whole business model. He learned the whole flow of it. He did a deal. I mean, 20 grand on that deal. Now where he pivoted right after he did the deal, he's like, I got this. I'm gonna pivot and start my own thing because in the previous establishment he was in, he didn't get the money that he wanted in it, and basically, to partly understandable because he had to like take it as a learning experience, but also it's like he wants to take that risk and have the opportunity to make tens of thousands of dollars a month very soon with his new business, and this is an example I think that many people will relate to because for a year and a half he didn't make that much money, but he learned money making skills for the rest of his life that he's going to have, and basically took those skills and started his own business. And he's building it's like AI in it. There's he's doing marketing for them. It's a whole thing he's doing. It's very impressive, right? And he's stuck right now. He's kind of stuck right now trying to build these workflows basically and systems for his potential clients. And it's tough because he wants to market, he wants to scale, but at the same time, he's infrastructure. And it's tough here. And I'm going to talk about two different viewpoints I heard. So, one person viewpoint who I have seen, and I can't mention his name here. I don't want to get banned. But, that's funny. But he said the way he runs his business, so for e-commerce, I don't know if you know this, or any business, he sells it first, and then he builds it. So there's two different sides of it. So from him, this guy, he basically, the whole story is, he had I think it was a makeup brand. And basically he had this business partner, he had a makeup brand. And basically, this guy didn't even have the makeup yet. There was no makeup manufacturer. He just built a website, said, here's a thing of makeup. It costs this amount, buy it or not. The dude didn't have the makeup. So what he did was he sold them, he had the makeup. He got able to buy the makeup. He went around his network. People bought the makeup. By the way, he didn't make the makeup, meaning there was no overhead. He didn't pay any money for the makeup to be produced, right? And what he did, this is very, very impressive, he sold the makeup, so he got the money first, bought the cheapest possible makeup, and basically there was like a 3-week delay, right? He had to make the makeup, he had to produce it, and this guy had none of the infrastructure yet. So what he did is he sent the people who bought the makeup, hey, sorry, there's a slight delay. We're going to send you a free little makeup kit with the order you have for free. And it'll come in a week. So sorry for the day. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. So sorry for the delay. And here's a 20% off discount for the next time you buy with us. That's what he did. And it's a really genius model that I wanted to tell you. That's really impressive. But there's also another side of it where he's building systems for these people. So at the same time, when they pay him, they expect to get the systems built for them. So he wants to have the infrastructure. So it's tough because for like he's trying to he's more on the side of I want to help these clients and give them max value. So I don't want to sell something to them until I have everything they need to know they need to spend their money with me. And there's another side of it as well, which is a different viewpoint where it's like, hey, I'm just gonna sell this shit. I'm gonna sell it, and I'm gonna produce it after I sell it. So there's two different sides to it. So I actually want to say that. So it's if you're doing the right thing, that's great. But there's also another side. But he's working his ass off. So I give him props. He's literally starting his own business, and he's 19 years old. He's gonna make. I guarantee. Give him a year. He's gonna be making some bread. And he had it a lot more difficult than I had it. I'll say that. I had it a lot easier than he had it. And it shows anyone, like, eventually once he's on social media, eventually down the road, you guys are going to see, like, how it's possible for anyone to have success, even no matter the circumstances. And it may be tougher, it may be longer, it may be just, like, in general, just way more stressful because you have to put way more on the line, right? Once you have a little bit of success, it's a lot easier to take more risk because you already have the liquidity and the capital. But in his case, he didn't. And he's still taking the risk. He's like, fuck it. Which is like, that's impressive. So props to him, bro. But it shows you guys that anyone can do anything, no matter the circumstances. Oh, no, I don't want to echo. But you can do what you want. And maybe it takes years, but at the same time, it's worth it. Trust me, it's worth it. Because the outcome is financial freedom. You can travel wherever you want. You can do whatever you want. There's no limitations on your time. There's no one who's telling you, hey, you have to be here for 50 weeks out of the year. No. He's his own boss. If you're making your own business, online business especially, because that's kind of what I'm talking about more specifically, you're your own boss. Meaning, whatever you want to do it. No rules apply to you because you're the boss. You make your own decisions, okay? So, again, understand that. And then you're probably like, okay, well, I like the idea. I see that this dude's hustling. I see that you're hustling. I see that you're making money, whatever, blah, blah, blah. How do I do it? So multiple things. All right. Number one, you need to have some sort of experience in something. You don't just start a business. There's a story to it, okay? Meaning you have to have some sort of background in something and target that something at first. And then once you understand how to help that specific group, then you generalize the niche and sell to more people. And that's how you make the money. And that takes years. This is not like an overnight thing, okay? But, for example, I'll give it to myself. When I first started, I was in wholesaling real estate, meaning I was in negotiations. I was working with real estate agents and buyers and investors. So I understand the capital world very well, the finance world, and real estate, especially real estate. So what I did was I left my previous partnerships, and I started a new company, Go Creative AI. This is back in July, so it's what, January now? So it's been about 6 months, around 6 months. And I basically, I knew nothing about AI when I started this. Very little, very little. I knew a little bit about automations, but not to the extent I do now. But I spent basically the first month I was in Europe, I was on a little vacation, and I realized there I had to be my own boss. I cannot work under someone no matter how much money I make. I need to be the person who decides my future. I need to be the person that decides what I do on a daily basis. And that means me being my own boss. Me making my own decisions, okay? I saw these people in yachts, boats, these rich dudes with these hot chicks everywhere. And I was like, these guys are doing this. I know for a fact they're not working for someone. They're definitely not. If you own a $50 million yacht, you're not working for someone. No way. You think you're working for someone if you make 15? Yeah, no way, right? If you're making 50 million, if you have a $50 million yacht, that means you're making 500, a couple hundred million probably. If you have a $50 million yacht, okay? So that's the first thing that woke me up. Then I'm like, okay, how do I do this? How do I make this company? I had no mentorship in this industry, in AI. I learned coding using prompt engineering, vibe coding, all myself. Back-end stuff, all myself. But not because I wanted to learn it. I didn't want to learn this stuff. It's boring. I had to learn it because I knew this is the step for me getting to the next level. I have to do this to get to the next level, and that's simply what I did, right? So then in July, I started my agency. We got a few clients, and basically what my thought process was, I'm going to start a more affordable service to any business owner who wants to have a better marketing strategy than they already have better ads than they already have, and do more than they're already doing and make more money, basically. And I spent the last 4 months, because luckily I had liquidity from previously, so I have a team of I have editors, etc. I have a team, and I'm actually looking to expand that team right now. But again, things have a cost to it. I spent the last 4 months learning this stuff, building this stuff, talking to people who are doing venture cap, who do fundraising and stuff for startups, right? And I learned a lot. And now I'm in the second stage where I'm starting the high ticket agency where I help business owners with marketing. And now it's basically about to get thrown out there. We're going to see what happens, right? But the lesson is here is I spent 6 months doing that when it probably could have been a lot less, but I learned valuable skills. I'm actually fine with making no money for 6 months and learning the process of how to have success and how to build things. Because now, for the rest of my life, if I ever want to build a new website, landing page, or do any business that comes to real estate or marketing, I'm already paces away, way ahead of other people because of the fact of my past experiences and the stuff I did. So that's why the process is more important than the results, right? So again, let's say you are a small business owner. Let's say you're in real estate. You're a real estate agent. I just posted a video on this because it's just one example of a service-based niche that I see that people struggle on and just don't know how to get business. The one advice I can tell you is you're not doing enough input, meaning you're not doing enough volume when it comes to acquisition for your business, right? Oh, I'm reading this. If someone is motivated to be an entrepreneur, but their main problem is that they get easily influenced by people who are around them, which leads to distraction or leads to less motivation, what solution would you say be the best as a young entrepreneur? So I'm gonna read that again. I'm gonna give a good answer here. Yeah, great question. So for anyone that's motivated, that's good. It means you want to live the dream life. You want to live that life you dreamed of. You want to have the success, right? You want to have as much success as possible. You want to make as much money as possible. I understand that. It's awesome. But the problem is, if you're getting distracted by the wrong people, it's a very simple answer. You're around the wrong people. And it may be hard to say that because you probably have these lifelong friends. I'm not saying to drop these people. I'm not saying that at all because you don't need to be a dickhead to people. You don't. But what you do need to do is understand these people are not good to be around all the time, and simply just don't be around them as much. You can still be very friendly with them. You can still be close to them and text them a lot. I don't care. But if they're a distraction, they're a negative influence to you, and you're trying to grind, this is your only chance, y'all. This chance of you having success, the window is closing every single day you don't take action. So you need to figure out how to get there. And that is one thing you're going to have to sacrifice. Most entrepreneurs I have seen who have success who have told me they have struggled a ton with being lonely on the path up. The path up is lonely, right? Because people don't understand you. People don't know what you're doing. They don't understand why you're doing this. No one understands you. They think you're crazy. They think you're nuts. But you do it anyway. And you work your ass off every single day, no matter what happens, and you just keep going, right? So the solution as a young entrepreneur, what to do is simply, in my opinion, I don't think you need to defriend these people. I think what you simply need to do is just understand that they're a distraction, that they can be a distraction. You still love them, you still care for them, but you probably shouldn't be around them. If you're around them like once every couple months, whatever. But if you're around them every day, yes, that's clearly a distraction. Just like anything else. Like if you're maybe doing an outside activity, that is technically a distraction, even if it helps you. And I mean, if it helps you, great. Like the whole gym example I mentioned yesterday. If you're at the gym and you're working out, yeah, it's good for your body, but at the same time, you also do sacrifice a couple hours, which you could use to work. But you have to give and take. So that's kind of what I would say there. But back to the Go Creative. So I think the real estate stuff, right? So if you're a real estate agent, and this is an example, I'll be really quickly because real estate is kind of like a boring niche in a sense, in my opinion. But there is a need for it, and people do need help buying and selling houses, right? Number one, most real estate agents don't. It's hard to differentiate yourself as a real estate agent. Okay, And the reason I say that is because it's true. What differentiates one real estate agent from another? Let's be honest. Like, what can they do different? Not much. So, what's that mean? You need to figure out any little advantage you can get, right? So maybe that's your network. Maybe that's lower commission. Maybe you take 2.5%, not 3%. Maybe you already have a buyer or a seller lined up, and you can help the opposing point seller buy. There's something you can do as a competitive advantage. In business, you need to find your own competitive advantage, right? Everyone has an advantage, right? So for me, for example, when I was working on my low ticket offer, I realized that my strength, I'm a decent salesperson. I know how to help people and sell people things and give them value. And I realized that, and I'm like, dang, I need to do something that is using my voice, whether it's streaming, whether it's actually hopping on a phone call and helping people improve their businesses and improve their marketing strategies, right? So that's why it's important. You need to find your competitive advantage as a business owner. And basically, the things you're not good at, you pass them along, you delegate them, you hire people to do them for you, and they do those things you think you're good at, and then that's going to help you scale. The problem that I had is I was focused on so many different things the last few months. Building, raising capital, this. And I realized what I need to do is I need to slow down, focus on one specific thing. The other things that I don't think are as important for me to focus on, I pass them along to potential employees, right? I pass them on the thing like AI. Let AI do some of the stuff. But maybe it's emails, maybe it's automation stuff, right? So that's my, I guess, best advice about that. And basically, the way to have success with marketing is you simply need to understand if you're not good at marketing, you need help with marketing, okay? You need someone to help you do that. And your job should be to maybe close the lead. Maybe it's to help the process be smoother. There's so many different aspects of what you can do. So that's why I always say don't just do one. Do do the one that you're the best at. Excuse me, you would only do one. Very, very important, guys. That's very important. How long has it been, Aiden? Let me see. 40? Damn. 42 minutes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just wrap it up. Say some final things. Probably like go goodbye.
Yeah, he'll make me go to bed, don't you? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably talk for like 10 more minutes. No, I'll probably do like 10 more minutes and then call it. Yeah.
More shit to talk.
No, I'm going to get like one more topic. You're right. I'm going to get one more topic. I'm going to stream tomorrow for like 4 hours, so. I'm going to stream for a long time tomorrow. But I'm not going to be talking as much. I'm going to be working and then, I don't know. I kind of want to stream the Bears. Actually, nah. I shouldn't stream the Bears game.
I think you should.
You think I should do what? Is like sit there?
Like, near the end, like after halftime.
Just have on my phone just recording.
Because, like, I mean, 3 hours. That's a 3 hour game. So then you have, the whole Bears game, you have 1 hour.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I need to record. So I have to record some videos tomorrow too, bro. I have to do so much recording. Bro. I have to record for Go Creative. I'm going to record a video tomorrow.
We have a lot of time.
And then you have to. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's good. You don't work. Yeah. You need to get your stuff done too with the GHL. I want to talk about one more topic. Let me see here.
I got it fixed right now, actually, is while you're
Really?
I finally got it fixed.
I got some good clips in there, I think. I think I got a few good clips I can post out of that video.
My calendar to pop up on the fucking form.
Oh, so it's working now?
Yeah.
Let me get some more. I'm just trying to pull up another thing. I think that was a good conversation I had there. I think I messed up a few times,
I think
but.
probably the most emotional, deepest one we were talking about. Me.
And I'm the most tired too.
The most tired one, yeah.
Yeah, I'm tired as hell. But pulling through.
Very beginning, when you were talking about the tired one, and then when you were talking about me, whenever you were talking about me, it felt like genuine.
Yeah, 100%. See, 100%, y'all. That's why you need to have. It's really hard to do it by yourself. I think having someone else who's, even if it's like not the same business model, locking in is really hard by yourself because no one's gonna understand you. No one's gonna understand like what you're doing, why you're doing it. But having someone else who's doing it with you, I think it makes it a lot easier. So that means simply just be around the right people. And it's gonna be hard. Some of you guys probably don't have that, but you can find it. I promise you. There are a very small percentage of men, especially, who are really trying to improve their lives. And you're going to have to find that person. I think obviously when you're starting, you're probably not going to have that, but at the end of the day, you will find someone, I think, and I think that makes it easier, even if you don't even see them in person. But in person's better. But if you don't see them in person, you could still, you know, talk to them because they're gonna understand you more than like your mom or some random person's gonna understand you because they don't get the life you want. They don't understand the dreams you want. People can't even fathom the stuff that I want. That's why I don't even talk about it. I kind of keep it to my own self because I know that most people couldn't even fathom. They don't understand it simply. I'm gonna wrap this up in a second. I'm trying to get one more topic I want to talk about. Let me see here. One more topic, bro. You know what I'm talking about, bro? Banks and credit cards. Yeah.
This man.
I'm about to ramble. So, I think most people, I don't even, we don't, actually, I need my computer on just to check the stream out. Most people are so financially stupid, okay? I guess unbelievable to me how people are just not understanding of anything with their finances, okay? That's number one. It's not their fault. The problem is they never learned it in school. They never learned this stuff at all, okay? And the only way to really improve on it, it's hard, but by learning it yourself. No one's going to teach you that money in the bank loses value every single year. What they tell you on the banks is that you get a 4.5% APY, right? And basically, they say you gain 4% every year. You guys, you don't. That's number one. All right, number two, credit cards. Very simple. Credit cards can be your best friend and your worst enemy, okay? This is true. And don't make your worst enemy because if it's your worst enemy and you're in credit card debt, can't get a car, can't get a house, you need to have a good credit score. It's not hard to get a good credit score. Literally, financial advice here, put your card on automatic payments, okay? And this is not financial advice. Do what you want. I guess it is financial advice, but I can't get sued here, so I'm not trying to get sued by someone for giving financial advice, and I'm not a professional, so I don't know. But but again, if you have a credit card, you need to make sure you pay it off on time and put the payment on damn automatic. Because if you don't, what those credit card companies do, they put your credit card interest rate at 28%, meaning anything you pay will be interest. The rate will be 28%, meaning you're paying simple math. You're paying 28% more than you should. And by the way, you're already getting taxed on it. Like what's sales tax? 12%? I don't know. So you're paying like 40% more. You know what I mean? So it's very. I actually want to talk about this more. I think most people are just not smart with that stuff, and I think no one talks about this. And honestly, everyone who does talk about it, it's pretty boring. I think everyone talks about credit cards is pretty boring, to be honest with you. But you need to take care of your finances, and that's why crypto is is done really well. But that's also why liquidity is important. You need to have some sort of liquidity for sure. But any amount you cannot have in the bank, don't do it. So here's another thing about banks. Let's say the bank goes out of business. What happens to your money? Bye-bye. It's done, right? Your money is gone. So how do you prevent that? There's multiple things. Number one, you delegate your money into many different banks, okay? So I'm in the process of doing this. That's one way to do it, right? So if you have over 250 grand in your bank account, right? Let's say the bank goes out of business. You have 500 grand. You would lose 250 grand out of that 500 grand. The way the banks are, the FDIC rule, FDIC, if you have over 250 grand, any amount over that, and the bank goes out of business, you lose. The 250 grand you get back, okay? So that being said, it's very simple. You don't put a lot of money in one bank account. You spread your stuff out. You spread it out into many accounts, okay? That's number one. Number two, you put it in trusts, okay? This is the trust method. I know this very well. I'll talk about this more later. But you need to have your money in trusts. You have something called a Wyoming holding account, okay? So basically, if you get sued, they can't take it from you. Maybe I'm doing that, maybe I'm not. I don't know. But you need to be smart with your money. Don't put in your personal name. Don't put a lot of money in your personal name. Obviously, a little bit will go on it. But I will say, most of you guys probably aren't targets. You don't want to be a target. Be respectful. But at the same time, you need to understand that it's very, very important that you take care of your money and you do the right things. Like I said, most people, 99% of people are financially, they have the brain capacity of a dog when it comes to finances, okay? That's just the truth of it. And anyone who watches this, I want you guys to be smart with your money. I want to be smart with my own money. I made mistakes. Like, I'll tell you, one mistake I made and that's my biggest mistake. This is actually really kind of crazy. I can't say the fund, but I put money into this real estate investment fund, right? So I think it's a REIT. That's what it's called. No, maybe not, but it's a real estate investment fund. Okay, and basically, this fund it's like from a big guru who basically says, "Hey, invest in my real estate fund. We're buying multifamilies. We're buying apartment complexes," which they bought like I think two with the fund. I put like thousands of dollars into this, and the one thing I realized is kind of crazy is they just give me small dividends. Like this is like I think I made 4% return on my like a big investment, 4%. So the lesson I learned here is you don't want to be the one that invests in these private funds. These private funds can do whatever the heck they want with the money. They can pull it out. They can just not give you any dividends at all back, right? So that's why it's very important to be financially smart. I'm currently an agent team member for State Farm making cold calls. What's a good next step for me using the skills I have learned? Ooh, that's a good question. I think the best thing I could tell you is you got to stay consistent with it, right? So I was cold calling every day. I was not cold calling for a big firm like State Farm, but I was cold calling for, I guess, my own company. I guess my partner's company, my business partner's company that I was, working with. And what do you think, bro? What do you think the best advice for cold calling is, Aiden? Someone asked, what's the best advice for cold calling? Anything you want to say? I said stay consistent, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, bro, no matter what you do not stop till like you make good
Yeah,
progress.
yeah. That's a good. Yeah,
That'd be a waste.
yeah. Because yeah, exactly. If you're cold calling for like a week and you don't get any success, I'm about to end after this. I'm gonna end after this. But if you cold call for a week, you're not gonna have success. I guarantee. Maybe a little bit of success, but especially with insurance sales, 'cause State Farm's insurance, right? You're doing insurance sales. You're trying to get people to buy your life insurance, or I don't know how State Farm does it, but some sort of insurance you're selling, right? The way you pitch this, and actually I have no background in insurance sales, but I know sales well, so I can easily state this. I average about 125 calls a day. That's pretty good, bro. Wow, that's good. Well, how many out of those 125 are actually answering? Is that like 125? You're not having 125 conversations, right? Or am I wrong there? That's a lot of conversations a day. That's really good. Well, I don't know if it's calls or conversations. If it's dials, that's a lot of. That's a lot of.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
We would average around what 60?
I honestly, and I'll say this: when I was doing my cold calls for real estate, I wasn't dialing as much. I had hired. Remember, we were.
You get like 20, but then you answer
I'll get-
the hot leads.
I would answer the hot ones when I was doing it. So I'd get like 20 calls, but I would like half them were like fucking like ready to go. And these are big money deals. Health, auto, fire, and life. Okay. Yeah. So. Okay. Well, I mean, the best advice any of those stuff, bro. All you have to do is pitch the pain point. So if you're doing health insurance, it's simple. You just talk about, hey, your health could be at risk if you don't do this. What happens? What happens if let's say, what happens if your dad dies from a heart attack? I don't know. You can't say it like that, but you have to say, man, what happens if this happens to your family? You need to have extra care. You have to put an emphasis on caring for them and caring for the potential customer, right? About 30 pickups, about 15 yes.
I would say like another good thing for cold calling is like being able to find rapport quickly.
Rapport, yeah. Rapport is really good.
Because if you can give a problem, like you show the problem to them, give them a solution,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
You literally like.
It's different because insurance is kind of like, bro, like I don't know how cold of a cold call it is.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Because for us, like real estate agents expected calls so that they knew we were going to call them. But they didn't know we would call them. They know they were expecting to get calls. And what we would pitch is like, hey, we're calling about your listed property that you listed here. Give us information about it. And then that's how we build our rapport. With insurance, it can be different. So people have been quoted before. Okay. Oh, that's good. So basically the people he's calling. Yeah, so basically, yeah, it's an easy conversation right there. That's very easy. You can just tell them, yeah, that's really easy. So you can just mention that. Like, I think you have to mention that and mention how you care about, you should, since they already looked into it, they should follow through with it because it's going to help them. Really put an emphasis on how you're going to help the person and how you're caring for them. And if you can show them how you care for them, I guarantee you they're going to be more likely to want to do it. But yeah, I think I have to end the stream. It's late. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to stream more. But yeah, with
Less
insurance,
words, yeah.
yeah,
Less
I
words.
mean, I think that's a good last talking point. Cold calling is hard. The best way to improve is by doing it more. If you're doing 125 calls a day, that's like hours of work. That's like how many hours do you think 125
5,
calls? That's like a lot. Yeah, that's at least 5 hours, right?
5, 4.
Well, hope if you're doing 125 hour calls a day, you
If
should be
it's like
getting
quick conversations and they answer, maybe even 3, and you're like quick with it.
probably. I would say because even Jose, my guy
Yeah, 5 hours.
Jose was making like $80 a day, and he was working like 8 hours a day. That's real estate.
Yeah, and then like if I take breaks,
He said 4 to 5 hours. Yeah, that's about. He said 4 to 5 hours. That's impressive. Well, hopefully, he makes some money at that, bro. I mean, I don't know how much insurance makes. I don't know, but yeah. I mean, anyway.
my cousin needed to watch this one, bro.
Yeah, tell this is Boston. This is Boston, right?
This is Boston.
Yeah, Boston. You need to talk to fucking Jacob, bro. Tell him to talk to Jacob.
No, Jacob needs to
Or
talk to
Jacob needs to talk to
Boston.
Jacob needs to talk to Boston. Well, good job, bro. That's impressive, man. Hopefully, you make some money from it. But yeah, I mean, that's cold calling is great. I mean, it's a great skill that I think every single young person should experience. Like he did it for a year and a half, 2 years basically. I did it for a year and a half, or like a year, not a year and a half. But it's a skill that you need to do, and I think it's something that will generally give you humble pie. But it's good because yeah, it does. Right? People will tell you tons of crazy shit, but it's good to do, bro. So good, congrats to you, man. Keep it up, bro. Keep up the hard work, and
Yo.
hope it pays off. But yeah, I'm gonna end it now.